All rise for the Honorable Tim G. Jacob as he presides here on the realest,
Yes, sir.
most entertaining sports show in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on something.
Now, football's drawing in. If y'all been watching, if y'all some real ones out there that pay attention, then I've been out here putting my predictions down on these divisions and everything. And so, why not keep it going? I know I haven't been around the last few weeks and stuff, but I'm here. I'm here today. You gonna hear what I got to say today. Now here's the issue. Here's the issue at hand. NFC North. Now, one of these two people that's on your screen has some vested interest in the NFC North. Now you see one shaking his head, but he admit to it's him. It's the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers. When he's got a vested interest in what I'm about to say, and that's fine. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Because that's just what I do. Let me explain to y'all the landscape of last year's NFC North. And I feel like I should do that for this very moment. Last year, the Vikings won the division. Okay.
I don't like that, by the way.
I know you don't. But let's go back. As Blackstreet said, let's go back in the time.
Okay.
I think that's what they said, right? So if you look at the Vikings last year, they won a lot of close games. Let's keep it a buck. A lot of close games. One game me and you watched together. Me and you. We watched that together. On your very TV, watching them play the Bills.
We did watch that.
We did watch that. You remember that? All right. Nah.
Oh, the wild game. No,
wild game. Yeah. Okay. So last year, if you go back and you look at the Vikings, now they got around your Packers week 1, 23-7. Got it. They played the NFC champions, soon eventual NFC champions and the Eagles, and they lost 24-7. Interesting. They eked by the Lions. They eked by the Saints. They eked by the Bears. I'm just talking touchdown or so. They eked by the Dolphins. They won by 8 against the Cardinals. We're talking about the Cardinals now. Patriots. A touchdown separates them against the Patriots. The Vikings and the Jets. This is like, let's just say week 12, whatever. We in December now. Eked by the Jets. Jets ain't got no quarterback. Right? The Colts. Y'all remember that comeback? Vikings come back and beat the Colts. Colts had them blasted, and then all of a sudden they run back around them. That was by 3 points. They played the Giants late in the season. 3 points. Your Packers defeated them late in the year, blew them out. Bears, they ran around the Bears, and then they went to the wild card, and they lost to the same Giants that they played like 3 weeks before that, and went on home, sat on down. Now, that evolved. That was a culmination of a 13-4 season. Let me tell you something. You can't get that lucky in the NFL twice. I'm just here to tell you. So do you think I'm going to think the Minnesota Vikings are going to be 13-4 next year? I don't smoke dope, but I'll try it. But today ain't the day. Today ain't the day. Okay?
Hey, Kirk Cousins is a media darling right now because of quarterback, T. Everybody loving the fact that he does the brain thing. He ties something to his head and stimulate his mind and trying to sharpen his thinking and all that kind of shit. And both loving old Kirk Cousins right now, T.
Ain't that much Sudoku you can do to get your shit together for the NFL season. There ain't that much Sudoku you can do. Whatever mind exercise or whatever it is that you call it that he do, Ain't enough Sudoku. Ain't no crossword puzzles. Minesweeper. If you got a Nokia phone, none of that shit matters. Teams get better.
Okay.
That's my point.
Okay.
Okay. So 13-4 last year was the Vikings. Lions were 9-8. Packers were 8-9. Bears were 3-14 last year. Now we get into this year. Bears get a new head coach. They get some pieces, parts. Cool. Packers lose. We would probably say it's probably the greatest quarterback
The greatest player in the history of the franchise.
in the history of the franchise. And Aaron Rodgers, he moves on to the Jets and they part ways. And everybody says, kumbaya, move on. All right. Lions. Dan Campbell costed the Lions last year, in my opinion, a slot in the playoffs because of not having them ready early. They were great late. They wasn't ready early. And the Vikings ain't winning all these poo-poo close games like they was last year. It's just not gonna happen. So I can expect the win total in this division to come down a bit. Let's just say 10 wins will get you the division, roughly.
Okay.
Might even get into 9 now. Because people want to talk about Justin Jefferson, and I ain't got no qualms with Justin Jefferson now. I ain't got no qualms with Justin Jefferson, but what I will like
they call him the best receiver in the game. That's what that was.
the best receiver.
That's what many are saying.
They did. But let me just throw this out here. Let me just throw this out here real quick. The Vikings, yes, they are. They were 13-4 last year. Justin Jefferson had 1,800 yards, 8 touchdowns. But how impactful was that? How impactful was Justin Jefferson last year? Because there were some points and times where Justin Jefferson slide out there on the field and Kirk couldn't give him the rock. Mm-hmm. It didn't look any different to me. It didn't look as dominant to me as maybe one Cooper Kupp. Maybe you scheme him up, get him free. And Justin Jefferson is not somebody you single up. Mm-hmm. But he plays for the Vikings and Kirk Cousins. So do I need to go any further? So let's get into the preview. Okay? I'm going to take my glass off of this one. Go on, look the people in the eye. Take my glass off of this one.
Oh, shit.
If you act like this division is finna be ran off with, it ain't. Everybody in this division has a clear shot. I'm keeping it a buck with you. Vikings 13-4 last year and getting ran out the room their first game in the playoffs will proposes to me that was fraudulent. The Vikings are fraudulent.
Okay.
Don't trust a Viking that wears purple. That's what I say. Never trust Kirk Cousins. That's what I say. Dalvin Cook's about to leave the room. They tell me Alexander Mattison is a 3-down back. That's a lie. So now you down to Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, who's a rookie. Adam Thielen's gone. Do you really believe in the defense? So who am I to sit here and tell you all, America, that the Vikings are going to return back to the championship status of the division? Not possible. This is going to come down to the last 3 to 4 weeks of the season. It's going to come down to 3 teams, in my opinion.
Okay.
The Packers, the Lions, and the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think the Packers could go into Lambeau, play the Vikings, and win a game. They may go to Minnesota and lose, but they may split. I see a lot of splitting going on in this division. Jameson Williams did not do Detroit any favors by gambling. If Jameson Williams was on the other side of the ball of Amon-Ra St. Brown, this could be a different conversation. But because Jameson Williams ain't there, I personally think that this division is up for grabs. And now I'm adding into the fact that Chicago is coming. They're up the rear. They're coming up the rear. They're going to compete. They're going to challenge all these other teams in the division, these are games that I see, me personally, when the lines come out, as a gambler, I'm staying away from.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna bother these games. Give me something else. Give me like the NFC North teams against the NFC South. I might do some betting on that, but I'm not touching these games because I don't know who's gonna do what. This is a season where these four teams, I personally think, all can beat up on each other, and I don't see anybody could just outright sweep anybody. Everybody can be got. But if I had to give a fourth team, I think it'll be Chicago, but it's gonna be close. This is gonna be one of the closest divisions in the NFL, in my opinion. It's gonna be close. I think Justin Fields is gonna do some dynamic things this year. I think he's already proven to you that he can, based on this little preseason game he had. I think the kid's gonna turn up another level. Fantasy league people, take note. But anyway, they're four, but it's a respectful four because it's gonna be a dogfight. At 3, I got the Packers, but it's gonna be a game. It's gonna be one game behind the other people in the division. I got the Vikings at 2, and I got the Lions at 1. Here's why I got the Lions at 1. Because I personally think the Lions did more defensively that's going to get them over the hump. I think Jared Goff plays good ball. I trust the Lions going forward than I do the Vikings with what's presently been shown to me. Like, yes, the Vikings sent TJ Hawkinson. I mean, the Lions sent TJ Hawkinson to the Vikings, but I don't trust anything about the Vikings.
Mhm.
They just got by. They skated by. They like one of them dudes you went to high school with that he made a 79 and got by.
Okay. Okay.
That's the Vikings to me. I don't
Mhm.
trust them. Nothing about the Vikings says dominance and clear-cut NFC noteworthiness. They don't.
Mhm.
And it looks good on paper now. It looks good. You got Cousin, you got Jefferson, you got Hawkinson, but I don't trust them. I don't trust the defense. I don't trust the back end. This is going to be a very interesting division. If you wake up and you see the Bears at the top of this division for a while, don't be shocked. If you wake up and you see the Vikings at the top of this division, okay, they doing what they supposed to be doing. But this division is going to go back and forth. This just really is. It really is. And this is one of those divisions that I don't want to even bet win totals on. I really don't. And I'm going to tell you the other thing. And here's my bold prediction for this division. If Jordan Love, and I have not looked at their schedule, but if Jordan Love has got this team above 500 midway of the year, they might make the playoffs on the back end. I don't know what y'all schedule is. I ain't even looked at it.
Mhm.
But if he got them above 500 by the middle of the year, I think that young man could get them in. Because y'all got a pretty good defense now. People act like the Packers are poo-poo, but the defense is there, and you got a good run game, and you got a good line. So, am I missing something?
Can I offer you some?
Go ahead.
I just want to see what you're gonna say.
Mhm.
And this is from a site called covers.com.
Yeah, I
So
know that.
this is a betting site.
That's them.
And this site has Justin Fields as the number 9 favorite for MVP. Okay. He is the only quarterback,
Okay.
the only player, we know it's a quarterback award,
Okay.
from the NFC North in this running. Okay. What say you about that? These folks thinking Justin Fields finna become one of these top 10 quarterbacks.
So I'm gonna make the assumption that all the other 8 guys are quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's Patrick Mahomes, of course, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers, and then Justin Fields.
Okay. So Fields is 9
Mm-hmm.
in this division. And you think is that a sustainable thing? Is that what you're asking me? Is it sustainable?
It just looks like people are looking up on Fields this year. It seems to me like people are thinking this is the year that Fields takes a step. No Aaron Rodgers anymore, who was the boogeyman of the NFC North. We know that. Well, I know most definitely. Aaron always said that he owned Chicago and all this type of shit. Okay, and they ain't even got Kirk in this thing. You know, and like I said,
Just saying.
Kirk, a lot of folks out for the quarterback shit from Netflix. That is very well done. We gotta talk about that.
Yeah.
Very well done. Okay, but they ain't even got Kirk in this top 10.
Should you? That's my question. Kirk ain't got no legs like Justin Fields, so
He got JJ. He got somebody to throw that bitch to. He got somebody that's gonna get open. He got somebody that's gonna get open.
I don't trust their defense. I don't trust their defense, and I don't trust Kirk Cousins in certain situations. I ain't gonna sit there and act like this dude just like that. He'll toss it up in the air and give you 2 up. He just tricked the bag off against the Giants. And people are like, the Giants, like the Giants and the Vikings to me were two of the same team. Got talent in spots, but yet when it comes right down to it, who's actually gonna take that leap forward? I don't think neither of these teams do. They were the same team. The Giants just got the better of them that day. So at the end of the day, I don't trust the team that was supposedly tops in the North. I don't trust them. Do not trust them. And the Packers are going to compete. I really do think that. I really think that the Packers are going to compete. If you wake up and you see the Packers sitting around 7-6 this year, at that point, let's just say in that point of the season, 3/4 of the season, they 7-6. Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked. Because I don't trust Kirk Cousins. I don't. I know better. I'm just not gonna do that. But I got the Lions winning it. I got the Vikings at 2, and I'm telling you, I got the Vikings at 2, and I'm only way they win it. They at 2 is because they just have a little bit better talent offensively than the Packers across the board. But if the Packers play as a collective, I think they can give the Vikings all they ask for. I really do. I really do.
You know how depressing it is for me to hear you say that the Lions, the Detroit Lions, the Detroit Barry Sanders Lions are going to win this division after I've had 30 years of Hall of Fame quarterback.
And that's why that's why I discuss you. That's why I discuss you. And I get it. I'm just saying, talent-wise, the Lions should be taking a step forward and winning this division. I do not believe in the Vikings. I don't. The Lions have a very good offensive line. Shout out to young man James Houston. Aiden Hutchinson. They even did some things on the back end of their defense with Brian Branch coming in during the draft.
Well, Jalen Rose will be happy to see this segment. Goddamn.
Yeah, call it your boy. I believe in Detroit this year. I believe Detroit can win this division based on the simple fact that the Lions made upgrades defensively, and I think they could beat the Vikings on any given field, on any given turf. I really do. And I'll be honest with you, I think the Packers can beat Bears, Vikings, Lions on any given day. I really do.
Why you think that goddamn franchise T? ain't got close to winning the damn Super Bowl. Like
I
this
think,
shit got to come down from ownership. Like
no, I
you
think it's
just
just more.
you just ain't doing what the fuck you need to do and getting the right guys in place.
The Vikings are just cursed. Let's just say it what it
But
is.
the Lions,
You asked me about the Lions or the Vikings?
the Lions,
My bad, my bad. I thought you were talking about the Vikings. My
no,
apologies.
the Lions, the Vikings got close. The Vikings got close in the
Okay,
70s.
they
In the
did, and they
70s,
got
they
close.
got
They
close.
got close against Atlanta.
In the 90s, I would have said that the Vikings should have won that thing
Mm,
if they make a field goal.
mm.
They make a field goal, I feel like they go to the Super Bowl and win that thing.
Well, that happened twice, didn't it?
They were cold. On the Denny Green, they were cold to
It
you.
wasn't the Denny Green.
And I'm saying it as a Packer fan,
Yeah,
they were cold.
they were cold.
During them Randall Cunningham years, Dante Culpepper years, they were cold.
They were.
But them damn Lions ain't
It's
sniffed that shit.
it's a different day and age, man. I really do think the Lions doing a lot in terms of their culture and their identity. I know Jared Goff is looking for a bag, and rightfully so. But I think the Lions, offensive line, defensive side of the ball, I think they got enough pieces, parts to really. Now, I'll tell you the thing that could shift them a little bit is when they got rid of Jamal Williams. That's an interesting one to me. Is why they got rid of Jamal Williams going to the Saints. That's an interesting one to me. But I think they can overcome that. I really do. I think they can overcome that because they got enough talent on both sides of the ball that they could win it. So it's gonna be a close division. I just really can't see the Bears being 3-14 this year. I think everybody's gonna be like right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if everybody's on their in their bag, you know, Chicago's winning some games and Detroit's winning some games. I see a lot of. I could see 2 or 3 teams. I could see 2 teams splitting with each other. 3. I could see 3 teams splitting with each other. It's just gonna be one of them divisions, man. It could come down to the very end. I don't think nobody's just gonna walk off with this division. I really don't.
Well, real ones. Y'all heard it from the honorable one. As a Packer fan, I don't like what I'm hearing.
I say you're gonna be in it.
But my brother kept it 100. It is his duty to get a fair judgment in these cases. And I trust him on this. Okay. What say you, though, as members of the jury? Okay. Do you agree with the judge's assessment when it comes to the NFC Norris division? Okay. Put it on something.
Yeah.
Please subscribe to my daddy's YouTube channel because the more subscribers he gets, the more attractive he looks to sponsors. The more attractive he looks to sponsors, the more money he can make. And the more money he can make, the more money he can spend on me.